Coming up on Discover Oklahoma, where to pick the perfect pumpkin, plus the artists of the Arbuckles and finding fine wine along Route 66.
Hi and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. Today we're coming to you from the Myriad Botanical Gardens in downtown Oklahoma City.
They are celebrating the season with Pumpkinville. Thousands of pumpkins and gourds decorate the grounds here, and there are all sorts of Halloween-themed spots to stop and plenty of pumpkins to pick out and take home.
Of course, this isn't the only place where you can find that perfect future jack-o'-lantern. Thanks to our friends in the agritourism department, we recently made a trip to southern Oklahoma to find out what's going on at the Happy Day Farms and Pumpkin Patch.
We see a lot of joy and a lot of happiness in some kids.
They don't do that here. They don't have their iPods and other things here, electronic things here. So they're into the farm, they're into being outside, they're into running. They don't walk to anything, they run to everything.
The Happy Day Farm and Pumpkin Patch is a wonderful place to harvest childhood memories. It's a place where kids can enjoy the beauty and excitement of life on a farm. It's a place where there's an abundance of family fun.
Some of the kids never get to come to a farm, and this is a working farm here. Some of them don't even know what goes on. You know, they don't even know that pumpkins are grown in the field here, and they don't even know that chickens lay eggs out here. We got these chickens lay eggs. They get to look in there and see the eggs.
I like the petting zoo because you can feed the llamas and the goats, and you can feed the chickens.
Hens will lay about 240 eggs a year. Is that one a day?
From fun to education, it's all here waiting to be experienced.
When they first come here, usually we have a presentation on some educational point, and then we take them on a hayride down in the bottom. It's real pretty down in there. And there's deer, and we always tease everybody that there's a big bear in there, so don't wave at the bear. But they have a good time down there, and we have a little Santa house down there for Christmas time. So we have a Christmas event plus this fall event.
While education is an important element, just having old-fashioned outdoor fun is another.
But they have a good time in the bounce pella stuff, and we have a big pella out here that they all get on at one time and just have a blast.
Here the fun is fluid, continual. The kids can march to the beat of a different drummer, or they can simply just pound on pots and pans. There's a pedal car track, giant treehouse, sandbox, and more.
I really like the hayride and the big tree house.
Why do you like the big treehouse?
Because it's really high up, and if you go to the top, you can look down and it looks like everyone's an ant.
I'm impressed at the treehouse, really. I've never seen a treehouse like that ever before. I mean, I've seen good ones, because I have one in my backyard, but I've never seen one like that. I really like the trampoline and the go-kart track and the hay rides. I also like feeding the goats. They were pretty funny.
It's my first time here, and I love it here.
From an area that, when they started in 2011, didn't even have grass, Frank and Cindy Day have put together a fun agritourism destination. And even though the kids get a lot out of visiting here, Frank and Cindy get so much in return.
When we started this, we didn't know that the kids would touch our hearts like they do. You know, this is kind of a little mission that we think that we're on helping kids.
It's awesome. There's a lot for the kids to do. All I've heard from the kids is, you can never be bored here, you know, and they love the hay ride, they love riding the bikes, they love the maze. I've just heard positive things from all the kids.
It's just a wonderful family-friendly, kid-friendly place to come and let your kids experience the outdoors.
Admission is $7 at the Happy Day Farms. You can find a list of all sorts of fall activities on our website, travelok.com.
If you're headed down toward Terral and Happy Days Farms, we've got just the place for you to stop and get a bite to eat. Tina McGarry takes us to Dawgs in Ardmore.
Just off I-35 in Ardmore, a father and son are living their dream. And well, it just doesn't get any more all-American than baseball and hot dogs.
Dawgs started with my partner, Buddy Simon, and Patrick Simon, his son. They have a love for coney dogs. They've gone everywhere. They've eaten conies from here to eternity. And they've always wanted to open a coney dog store, or a hot dog store, if you will.
3 years ago, they stepped up to the plate and knocked one out of the park.
So they came up with the name Dawgs. They came up with all the hot dogs. They named everything. If you look at the menu, everything has to do with baseball. Patrick played baseball since he could walk, practically. He played in college. We were hoping he'd go on to the majors, but he didn't quite make it. So this was kind of their answer to keeping baseball alive, if you will.
A full lineup of hot dogs, all tucked neatly inside a baseball-inspired restaurant. From the AstroTurf floor, complete with the pitching mound and bases, to the ceiling, baseball memorabilia and collectibles. Just bring your appetite.
We have basic single doubles and triples. We have the Wonder Boy, the Closer. The All-American is a great hot dog. It has, I always have to make sure it's a hickory smoked sausage, and we put macaroni and cheese on top of it, and then we put cheddar cheese on top of it. Now, who wouldn't want that? Who doesn't love macaroni and cheese and hot dogs?
We're going to start a closer. We start with an all-beef dog. We wrap it with hamburger. We then wrap it with bacon. We toothpick it so it stays together when we deep fry it. We're going to put it in the deep fryer. We're going to drop it down. We're going to drop down this other hot dog we're working to.
Tyler Weeder is a Dawgs regular, a fan of the food with a favorite plate.
The Captain Crunch corn dog, the Wonder Boy, it's out of this world.
Dawgs is certainly a home run for this girl. It combines two things that I love, baseball and good food. In Ardmore, I'm Tina McGarry, discovering Oklahoma.
We've made it easy for you to find a list of great places to eat. We put them all in our Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide. And if you'd like a free copy, you can just log on to our website, travelok.com, and click on Request Free Brochures. You know, generally this is the best time of year to get out in Oklahoma.
You're right in the middle of the temperature gauge. Not too hot, not yet too cold, so why not?
I call it my outdoor health club. It's absolutely free, miles and miles of entertainment.
Up next, a trip to Tulsa's Pride and Joy. We're all over the river parks.
People are coming in and they're amazed.
And beautiful artwork beckons you to the heart of Oklahoma. We'll show you where when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Trip to a theme park for a family of 4, around $4,000. Trip to a southern beach, around $2,300. Camping with your family any place you want to go this weekend, not even 10% of the cost of those other trips. Floyd's RV in Norman is a business born 45 years ago out of our family's passion for camping. Let us show you how inexpensive family fun can be. Here's an example. Right now, get a new Passport 2250 RV for just $189 a month. Floyd's RV in Norman, making family fun affordable.
Sweeping down the plain,
and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain. Oklahoma every night, my honey lamb and I sit alone and talk
and watch a hawk
making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong
to the land,
and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say
we're only saying you're doing fine.
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma,
hey, Oklahoma, okay.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
You forgot the honey lamb?
Listen up, sports fans. If you drive a truck, you know it's all about stats. And at the Built Ford Tough Sales event, we've got the numbers right here. Ford Super Duty, best-in-class horsepower and max towing capacity. That's how you punch it right up the gut, pal. And here's another stat, folks. F-Series has been America's best-selling truck for 37 straight years. That's called a dynasty, baby.
During the Built Ford Tough sales event, get up to $5,000 cash back on Super Duty at your Oklahoma Ford dealer, the best in Oklahoma.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from Pumpkinville at the Myriad Botanical Gardens in downtown Oklahoma City. This is your one-stop shop for locally grown pumpkins and gourds and mums. Great place to get started for the fall season.
You can find it all right here. Now this, in fact, though, is just a special display, but there's another place you can find Mother Nature's fall decorations. That's along the Arkansas River. Jason Grubbs is going to take us to River Parks.
This is one of Tulsa's crown jewels, River Parks. Miles of trails on both sides of the Arkansas River, hundreds of acres of open and wooded areas, along with several playgrounds and activities.
This is a gem in Tulsa, right in the heart of the city, and it's a feature that not every city enjoys. So we're very fortunate to have this.
We started our journey in the Discover Oklahoma Ford Explorer at the Route 66 Plaza on the north end of the system. But you can start wherever your heart desires, like a lot of people do every day.
We estimate 1 million visitors per year.
Those visitors can make a continuous loop on 26 miles of paved trails. Walk, run, or ride a bike.
Don't own a bike? Not to worry, St. Francis Health System provides these Tulsa townies for free.
Over on the West Bank, there's another 40 miles of dirt trails winding through 300 acres of Turkey Mountain.
For hiking, running, equestrians, mountain biking.
Aside from all the natural beauty, visitors can also enjoy art in the park. There's more than a dozen bronze nature work sculptures.
They're animals that are native to Oklahoma. So I always like to make that a little treasure hunt. You can see most of the statues from Riverside Drive when you're in your vehicles, but we prefer that you enjoy them while you're on the trails.
There's a skate park and disc golf course.
That's one of the best in the state.
Soccer and rugby fields. The Tulsa Rowing Club uses the river as its training ground. You'll find all kinds of activities here.
I call it my outdoor health club. It's absolutely free, miles and miles of entertainment.
If you're not wanting to break a sweat, pop into the Blue Rose Cafe or enjoy some live music next door at Elwood's. Catch catfish and striped bass off the 29th Street pedestrian bridge at Zinc Dam. River Parks has been around since 1974 and has always been providing visitors with beauty, relaxation, exercise, and fun.
Whether you're reading, walking, hiking, fishing, there's so much to do out here.
In Tulsa River Parks, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
You can find all kinds of things to do outdoors in Oklahoma on our website, travelok.com. And while you're there, go ahead and take a moment to request a copy of the Oklahoma Outdoor Guide, and you can get one just by clicking on Request Free Brochures.
You know, Oklahoma's beauty really does shine brightly in the fall.
But if it does get a little bit chilly, no worries, you can just go inside and see it in a different light.
It really is the best Native American art that you can find anywhere in the country.
We're exploring the Artist of the Arbuckles next.
And a little later, relaxing with a nice glass of Oklahoma wine, the one spot you must stop along Route 66 when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Sit alone and talk and watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong
To the land,
and the land we belong to is grand.
so when we say,
We're only saying you're doing fine.
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
It's 3 p.m. For 50 million kids across America, school's out. And for a third of these kids, they're out on their own. Out with nowhere to go and nothing to do. But every afternoon is a chance to change America's future. All you have to do is open the door. It's time to support the Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
This portion of Discover Oklahoma is brought to you by the Heartland Flyer. Book your ticket through Southern Oklahoma today.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from the Myriad Botanical Gardens in downtown Oklahoma City, where they have created Pumpkinville.
With about 5,000 pumpkins, in fact, and around 300 volunteers. Needless to say, a lot of work went into decorating the grounds here.
And it looks great. But now we're going to take you down to Sulphur, where there's a lot of work that has gone into another project, a different kind of work. Our Quinn Tran shares with us the beauty of the Artesian Gallery.
But you can see your stripes that are coming up.
This is a rare opportunity for these young girls.
If you're looking at your booklet, you know, you're doing 1-3-1-4.
Margaret Roach Wheeler is an internationally known textile artist. She resides in Missouri, but Sulphur, Oklahoma is now her home away from home. She's a featured Chickasaw artist at the Artesian Gallery and Studios.
People are coming in and they're amazed. They've not seen looms. They don't realize the work that goes into it. They're always saying, all those threads, you've got so many threads. It's hard to have a concept when you've never seen something done. So I almost feel like this is a teaching studio, making people aware of where the cloth comes from, how it's done.
Just down the hall,
You know, we have a really nice space to do it in.
award-winning illustrator Jeannie Barber is also creating art.
People are invited in, the public is invited in to watch us work. It's set up where there's a different kind of show in the gallery every few months for people to come and see, and it really is the best Native American art that you can find anywhere in the country, and it's right here in Sulphur.
The Artesian Gallery and Studio sits in the heart of downtown Sulphur. It complements some of the big attractions in the area. For instance, the beautiful Artesian Hotel across the street. Down the road, the Chickasaw Recreation Area, and just a few miles away, the Chickasaw Cultural Center.
The Artesian Gallery and Studio was created to give our guests an art experience.
That experience includes studio classes and hands-on opportunities. A retail store offers a wide range of art supplies, and a beautiful gallery spotlights a variety of southeastern fine art.
The local artists, the artists of the Arbuckles, are really excited about it. It gives them an opportunity to showcase some of their art here. It gives a chance for more and more visitors to come in and see not only Chickasaw artists, but the local artists.
Open in November 2013, the Artesian Gallery and Studios is a haven for beginning and professional artists. It's also becoming an arts destination in southeastern Oklahoma. About 5,000 people came for the first Artesian Arts Festival this summer.
It says people are looking for a place to go, and that's what we're trying to provide. They're looking for entertainment, they're looking for things that they can do with the family, and this is what we're trying to provide here in Sulphur, Oklahoma.
The Artesian Gallery is open 8 to 5 during the week and 10 to 4 on Saturdays. If you are headed down that way, be sure to check out other places to visit, shop, and of course eat on our website, travelok.com. Fall days in Oklahoma are almost always perfect.
And you know, there's one little thing though that could make it just a little bit nicer.
We sell wonderful Merlots from Norman, Rieslings from up around Grand Lake.
That's right, a nice glass of Oklahoma grown and produced wine. The must-stop shop on Route 66 coming up next, right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Great travel tips anytime. Like Discover Oklahoma on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, sports fans, it's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event. And when it comes to trucks, stats don't lie. F-150 with EcoBoost has smash-mouth power with efficiency. And with best-in-class payload, boom, F-150 hauls in the Hail Mary. And here's a stat, pal. F-Series has been America's truck for 37 straight years. And that's a dynasty, baby.
Get up to $8,750 total savings or 0% financing for 60 months on F-150 at your Oklahoma Ford dealer, the best in Oklahoma.
The wind comes
sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat, it sure smells sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain. Oh, Oklahoma every night, my honey lemon mine.
Sit alone and talk,
And watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky.
you know we belong to the land.
And the land we belong to is grand.
And when we say, yo, yo,
We're only saying
You're doing fine, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma!
Oh.
K-L-A.
Hey, go him.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
I'm getting close to China.
Trip to a theme park for a family of 4, around $4,000. Trip to a southern beach, around $2,300. Camping with your family any place you want to go this weekend, not even 10% of the cost of those other trips. Floyd's RV in Norman is a business born 45 years ago out of our family's passion for camping. Let us show you how inexpensive family fun can be. Here's an example. Right now, get a new Passport 2250 RV for just $189 a month. Floyd's RV in Norman, making family fun affordable.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. Another gorgeous view of the Myriad Gardens, Pumpkinville.
There is always some kind of beautiful scene here at the Myriad Gardens. It's sort of like our state where there's always something to brag about.
Absolutely. For instance, our great wine grown all over the state. In fact, there's one place along Route 66 that you can't miss. Come with me now to the Stable Ridge Winery in Stroud. Where there are grapes, there is wine. Where there is wine, inevitably there is good fellowship. The story of wine is as old as recorded history, stretching back as far as 6,000 to 8,000 years. This story of wine starts back in the year 2000 when Don and Annetta Neal started growing grapes, and in 2004, Stable Ridge opened for business.
The science is that we actually started out initially borrowing all this information from California. And that it took us 4.5 years to realize that 99.9% did not pertain to Oklahoma, because all the equipment that was available to us, everything that came to us, it wasn't made for Oklahoma wind, and so we really had to reinvent the wheel as far as Oklahoma grapes.
But then early on, fate seemed to intervene in their future. Take, for example, the building on the property.
We didn't know what this building was. We didn't even actually plan to be a winery. But the building in itself was started in 1898 by the farmers and ranchers around here to be the original Catholic church here in town. And they quit using this building in 1966. And it's been a blessing to have that building for our tasting room.
Winemaking is an art, the mixing of grapes to make a blend and the combining of one color to make another.
What if I'm doing a painting and I want green? But I don't want that shade, so I add a little blue from this, that's the same thing with wine. We reach out and grab a little bit of this and a little bit of this to make it the way we want it.
Don says a lot of their new wines are blends, and that's really the art of winemaking. And he says that's where his wife excels. There needs to be an alliance between vineyard operator and winemaker, and in Don and Annetta's case, it's a perfect fit.
A winemaker, no matter their talent, cannot make a good wine with bad grapes. It really is almost a marriage between the grower and the winemaker to agree on what will be done. Not to water right before harvest, because that will dilute the flavor. It makes more money for the grower because it's more weight, but the ultimate result is the finer quality of wine. And so if you come to agreement with your grower and have a good relationship, then you can get a good product.
And they've been turning out award-winning products for 10 years, from their bestseller Jeremiah's Red to 15 different varietals altogether.
We sell wonderful Merlots from Norman, Rieslings from up around Grand Lake and Norman, Chardonnay from Norman and Stillwater both. We call it Bedlam. And we have Cabernet Sauvignon, some Shiraz, some Cab Franc. We have a lot of different varietals. We have the complete spectrum, from very dry to very sweet.
And their gift shop at Stable Ridge is pretty sweet too.
It's got a gift shop that won't quit, and you won't be disappointed in the wine. It's really, really good. And to have that in Oklahoma is awesome.
They make more blends and do more winemaking here than any place else in the county.
The variety of wine that they have, whether you like the dry or the sweet, they're going to have something that you like.
And that worldwide attraction can be found at Stable Ridge on the Mother Road.
Because of our location right smack dab in the middle of Oklahoma City and Tulsa, we get hundreds of people, literally from all over the world, on Route 66.
You can read all about Oklahoma's wine trail, established by our friends at the Department of Agritourism, in this free brochure. You know where you can get it? On our website, travelok.com, under the section Request Free Brochures.
And a big thank you to all the folks at the Myriad Botanical Gardens for hosting us today.
Come check out Pumpkinville. It's open till Halloween, $5 for kids, $3 for adults, and it's free if you're a member of the gardens.
All right, coming up next week on Discover Oklahoma, a peek behind the scenes of a great Made in Oklahoma movie. We're on the set with Rudderless.
Plus the pit stop on I-40 that attracts folks from all over the world. We'll take you there next Saturday night right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Our intrepid Ford Explorer is provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.
Septemberfest is a community event hosted by the Governor's Mansion and the Oklahoma History Center. We've been doing it for almost 2 decades, and it's a way that we can bring out folks, educate, and let people know about their roots in Oklahoma.
We start planning for this event the day after the last one ends. So planning for this has been going on for a year. And we've got about 200 staff members, volunteers, reenactors here on the grounds of the History Center.
We can bring them a new aspect to what they can see in a museum and what they can learn.
Well, when you come out to Septemberfest, you can literally see everything you could possibly imagine. There's people dressed in funny clothes like me, walking around talking to people. We have musicians, we have kids' activities, all sorts of things.
They see the military exhibitors, both from the Civil War, Indian Wars period, all the way up through the World War II reenactors that are here showing off more recent things. The women spinning thread. How many children get to see something like that?
I think what we do and we do well is we take the textbook that they look at in school and we bring it to life. And so it's one thing to read it, but then it's another thing to see it. And so one of the things that I hope that we do is that we prime the pump, that we kind of get people interested so they'll learn something and go back and find out more.